September is done. We are on to the Halloween season and it is a packed few months. We played a lot in September, so let's go over all the games I played in September. Firstly, while we were waiting for Chronos to release, which we will get to, we were playing some shorter games and we went to Alan Wake's American Nightmare. This one was sitting in my Steam library for a while, but I decided to finally whip it out because this was a very short game and we just needed something to tie us over for a little bit. Now, the original Alan Wake, we ranked a 7 out of 10. This one is getting a 6 out of 10. This one ranks just a little bit lower because it is a much shorter game. We finished this in 2 whole streams. So it's just hard to rank it to the original game when that is so much longer. This one also, I still am not clear on whether it's canon or not. I think it's just a spin-off, but it's a time loop situation. So you play through the first little bit and then it just resets and you do that 3 times. So you're literally running just through the same areas, doing the same things each time, but with little story differences. So it kind of got a bit tiresome by that 3rd run. It felt like they were just trying to fill the runtime a little bit. But I do think it does some things better than the original game. I have no idea for what reason, because we played the PS5 remaster of Alan Wake. This one was just the version on Steam, but it felt like it controlled much better. I don't know, I was having an issue in the original game where my dodges didn't feel like they were dodging, and the movement was very inconsistent, and the shooting felt a little weird, but all of that was cleared up in this one. Like, I had almost 0 trouble with the combat. My dodges were landing every single time, and it felt a lot easier to aim. So I don't know what that was about, but I'm not the only person who said that. Other people confirmed that they felt the same thing, so I don't know what that's about. Next, for our last Nintendo Friday game until October is over, we went back to the Rhythm Heaven series and we played the very first Rhythm Heaven game, Rhythm Tengoku. This is a Game Boy Advance game. It's also Japanese only. So we emulated, obviously. There is a fan translation online in the version of a ROM, so you can play it in English. And this was interesting. This one gets a 4 out of 10 from me. It's really fucking hard. Obviously, being the first Rhythm Heaven game, I think they were still sort of working out what they kind of wanted to do with the game. There were a handful of mini games that I did recognize from when we played Fever, so it does look like some of them became kind of staples in the series. Others I have never seen before, so they obviously scrapped them. But I think definitely being a Game Boy game and B, just being the first in the series, there were some things that needed ironing out, mainly the difficulty and the scoring. And this is not only just me. I literally ended up going on a deep dive in Google to be like, am I just shit? Or is the scoring in this game really bad? And it is not just me. Some mini games are perfectly fine, others feel really, really specific in their scoring, where if you fail even one input, make one single mistake, you will not clear the level. Some of them literally require you to get a perfect simply to pass. And yet other mini games you can make 3 or 4 mistakes and just pass immediately. So it feels really inconsistent, but some of the missions are really, really strict. I did find out there is a way to skip levels if they are giving you too much trouble. We did only have to skip 1 level in the whole game that I just literally could not clear for the life of me. But for the rest of it, we ended up just settling with okay and not going for the superb medals like I usually would, because this one was rough. And lastly, my most anticipated game for September, we played the brand new Chronos: The New Dawn. I will try and avoid spoilers as much as I can, because I know some people are still holding out to play this game, but this one is an 8 out of 10. The way I was describing this game to people was if Dead Space and Silent Hill had a baby together, that baby would be Chronos. Now this game is pretty challenging in some parts. There's no difficulty setting, so you just have to go in and be good or die, basically. It did take a second to sort of learn my way around the combat. Once we got into the swing of it though, it wasn't too bad, bar a couple boss fights that I got stuck with for a second. But overall, it feels very rewarding in its difficulty and its challenge. Where this game really shines though, and some people may not agree with me, but for me, I really, really loved its story and its storytelling. Again, without spoiling anything, it sort of goes into that time loop, time paradox situation, and getting little bits of the story throughout until everything like wraps up at the end is super cool. And that's where I think it gets a lot of its Silent Hill inspiration from. I think Bloober Team took a little bit of inspiration from their time with Silent Hill 2 remake and brought it into this game. Each encounter you have with people, it feels like you're getting little bits of the answers, but it's not delivered to you properly, and so you're left more confused than when you started, but then when everything wraps up at the end, it's beautiful. My complaints with Chronos mainly stem from it's a little difficult in sections. That's a me issue. I also don't love when games lock their true ending behind New Game Plus, although one of the endings you can pick at the end is quite similar anyways. That's not too bad. Navigation is a bit of a pain in this game though. Again, could very well just be a me thing. I'm very bad at navigation, but there's no map in any form, so all you have is a little compass marker and a waypoint at the top. The issue with that being that obviously the waypoint can't tell you if your objective is like up or down or on the same level, so a lot of times I'd be like heading to the waypoint but it'd actually be getting further away, and I did get quite lost in some sections. I think this could either have been fixed with a map, or B, done what Dead Space did and give you the option to have that little like, how it had like a laser pointer along the ground to show you where you're heading. I think that could have been very helpful. But there we go. That is everything we played in September. It was a super awesome month and we are heading into October now. Nintendo Fridays are on pause while we focus on the scary games, but October is going to be a super packed month, so be sure to stick around to see what we play.